Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Hannah, the mother of two wonderful daughters, one who has a rare genetic disorder. Mabel, my rare baby, has hypertonia and a neurological disorder. So we see a pediatric physiotherapist, an occupational therapist, and a speech therapist. Before I had Mabel, I knew about physio for children, and I thought I knew about speech as well, but I really didn't have a clue what occupational therapy was for kids or for adults. To be honest, I still don't really know what OT does for adults. So I thought I'd share a little bit about what I've learned and what these therapists can help with. Since I'll be speaking from my experiences, there are bound to be things that I don't know. Probably a lot of things. If I've missed anything or misunderstood anything, let me know in the comments. Knowledge is power. And if you're interested in joining my atypical journey, hit that subscribe button below. I'll start with physiotherapy. I think most people have a good understanding of what a physio can do. They help with the muscles, movement, and posture of the body. They also help with muscular strength, symmetry, and endurance, or rehabilitation from an injury or surgeries. So you might need to see a pediatric physiotherapist if your child needs help with the way that they sit or walk or run. Like if they're moving in an atypical or an asymmetrical kind of way, or if they can't do things that they typically should be able to do at their age. So for any fine or gross motor delays, or if your child can't keep up with regular daily activity. Other reasons you might take your child to see a physio is if they were born with any neuromuscular diseases, scoliosis or asymmetries, as well as after any injuries that may have impacted their movement. Physiotherapists can also recommend and organize equipment to help with exercise, such as supportive gear or a standing or walking frame. For Mabel, we needed help with her hypertonia, which is a neurological abnormality that affects the resting tension of her muscles. So she needs help with her endurance and kind of accessing and being aware of her muscles. She has good muscle strength, which is really handy. Next is a speech therapist or a speech pathologist. These guys help with not only expressive and receptive communication, but also feeding and oral skills. They can help assess and develop the skills needed for speaking, chewing, and swallowing from a physical perspective, as well as building a cognitive understanding and an enjoyment for the skills. You might need to see a speechy if your child is behind in expressive communication, the ability to talk or show you what they want, or receptive language, their ability to understand you and others, as well as any other issues in clear communication like a stutter, or if there are any oral issues that are impairing their ability to eat or drink or talk, such as issues swallowing or sucking or chewing, or even a lack of endurance in the muscles around the mouth. We haven't yet accessed any specialized equipment for communication or for feeding, but there are a lot of devices that can help with those things. Sometimes the equipment is as simple as like water thickener or specialty cups that are easier to drink from. Since Mabel has regressed a lot of her communication and oral skills, either from the infantile spasm relapse or from her medications, we're back to working on a lot of basics with her speech therapy. We're currently working on her understanding of singular words like up, more, food, push, in, those kinds of things. I think her receptive skills are pretty good. She understands the word up, which is a recent development. I think she understands a little bit more than she lets on. For now, she only expressively communicates discomfort through her body language. We're working on getting her to copy actions. Copying actions is the first step, and then it usually leads on into copying sounds and then copying words. The last of the big three is occupational therapy, the one that I knew the least about. An OT helps with the way your child interacts with the world, the way they play, and the way that they socialize. This includes any issues with behavior, sleeping, eating, self-care, and any sensory or emotional processing issues. So you might see an OT if your child exhibits any aversions to sounds, textures, smells, environments that are disruptive to their everyday life, or if they have any behaviors or movements that interfere with their well-being and their ability to learn or socialize. An OT can also help if your child has any issues focusing or concentrating. They can help with hand-eye coordination, problem solving, any trouble processing emotions, and a whole host of other everyday things. They can also recommend and organize equipment for postural support, like a tumble form or tomato chair, specialized prams, and things to help you bath your child or to hoist them if there's a need for safe transfers. OT overlaps a little bit with both physio and speech therapies. Occupational therapists often help with movement patterns, fine and gross motor skills, as well as positioning and postural supports. But I like to think of it as helping with motor skills as they function in everyday life. Whereas physio works on these things kind of like going to the gym or doing a bit of physical activity every day. And they work on communication naturally through play and building social skills. For Mabel, our focus with OT is getting her to use her hands to touch things and desensitizing them. She has a habit of keeping her hands up behind her head playing with her hair, which isn't very helpful for sitting or playing or focusing. I'd love to know of any other therapies that have been really helpful for you. Let me know in the comments below. We have looked at hydrotherapy and music therapy. Unfortunately, where we live, there aren't any places that do hydrotherapy nearby, but we did go to a swimming class with Mabel when it was a little more safe to take her in and out of the pool. We also think Mabel would really enjoy music therapy. Last time we were in hospital, a music therapist paid Mabel a little visit. We're looking into organising this for her soon. In Australia, the Benevolent Society can help assess what supports your child might need to reach their goals, as well as organise access to the NDIS to help fund those needs. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up to let me know. I'll be making more videos sharing my experiences, some of the things that I've learned so far, and what my life kind of looks like as the mother of an atypical toddler. So if you're interested in following along, click subscribe and the notification bell below.